Welcome everyone to HueFin, also known as HueFin News, where we trade different. Today is November the 14th, 2020. We're going to give you all our very first price forecast for XPEV. It is a Chinese EV car manufacturer, one of the many ones that is popping up around China right now, of which you guys can already tell on my price chart, these particular Chinese EV stocks have seen massive movement higher in price. So we felt like we'll go ahead and come in and try to participate in the forecast as to what the trap has in store for XPEV. The ticker symbol is XPEV. We're going to start tracking this particular market to see whether or not the market is going to continue to go higher in price. So you're at a good spot because we're one of the only locations that's going to give you all a heads up as to where the market is forecast to go, while everyone else talks about information that is historic, old, and does not benefit you. So make sure before you go, you hit the like button, you subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell notification as well, so you become notified whenever we upload our content to this platform. So like I said, Chinese EV stocks have seen a massive amount of strength of late, and that's why I'm showing you side by side NIO, which is on the left side, and on the right side is XPEV, right? You guys can see both of these stocks have seen monumental growth, I would say, back in October for NIO and beginning of November for XPEV. What is going on into the market for these Chinese stocks, for these Chinese EV stocks? There has been definitely an insurmountable amount of demand that has been played from the trap on Chinese EV stocks. So the question is, can this momentum be maintained? That's what we're going to try to address on this video today. Because based off both of these two price charts, we've seen climactic volume come through over the last two trading days, alongside with a very large spread. So we definitely have seen some business activity between the market participants and the trap on what they think the market is going to do for these Chinese EV stocks. So here we are for XPEV. Let's go ahead and do this real quick. So now, where do you think the market for XPEV has found support at on the daily time frame? Just visually looking at it, where do you see it? Maybe around $38, $40, in between this area right here. That's where the market could find support. Maybe $36, right? Let's see it on the hourly time frame real quick. So looking at XPEV on the hourly time frame, I'm going to take it down a little bit lower. On the hourly time frame, you guys can see it is between $36 and $38, to which the trap has came and maintained price. So already we're going to be under the premise that the market in XPEV will continue to show us at least sideways trading so long as it trades above $36 and $38. Okay. Now the question is, are we out the woods into the market in XPEV right now of price going lower? Because currently it's a mixed signal. The trap was able to overcome the selling that came in on this last completed 4-hour price bar. So that lets us know that he has a little bit more business to take care of in between this range right here. Okay. So starting up next week, the market in XPEV is expected to trade between, I would say, $36.75 all the way up there to $7.44. Okay. But when you look at the market and how XPEV ended the week, you guys can see here that there has definitely been some profit taking. A lot of the participation in the market of last week was people trying to take profit. Look at the volume. This particular market hasn't seen this much volume since it's been listed on the stock exchange. Take that into consideration. So you guys can see here, the market in XPEV is in a very strong uptrend. These cannot last long. When you see a strong slope like this, the market cannot sustain that for much longer. As a matter of fact, when you look at the market on the hourly time frame, this is it. This line that I am creating is going to maintain and show us whether or not XPEV is going to continue to move higher in price, period. All right. So this is the forecast of us paying attention to what's in store in the market in XPEV. This is the location that we need to pay attention to. This is the location that we need to watch for strength and weakness, because if we see strength in that area that I've just drawn, then that lets us know that the market is not going to sustain this trend, that we're going to break it to the downside. Okay. So what do you think? Where is the market in XPEV headed? Do you think the market's going to continue to go higher in price? Or do you think we're going to go lower? On our particular forecast today, we still think that the market has a little bit more weakness to go through. Hence, this gap between where we closed at versus the trend that the market in XPEV currently is in. Of weakness. Okay. So this is our first forecast. Yes, we're going to expect the trap to lower the price of XPEV momentarily. We're not saying that in the long term XPEV is not going to continue to go higher, but this is the current environment that we're dealing with in terms of what the trap is anticipated to do. And it is what it is. You cannot change that. You just got to go with the flow. Okay. So let's go ahead and generate this forecast real quick in XPEV. So like I said, $38, $36 is where the market ultimately looks to try to hold support, because the trap has already established that previously on the hourly time frames. All right. Now I want to look at the market again to see where restriction is going to be at, because you really don't see it much. I would say maybe around this $45 area is where restriction currently lies in XPEV. Okay, so we're going to continue to play this into the market in XPEV, and you can see here on the hourly time frame where the market TP is at. We already came and tested $38, so that's where we'll TP the market at in XPEV. It might even be a little bit higher, right around this vicinity there, because the trap definitely has instituted that he's willing to support the market already. Okay, so I'm thinking about playing this on the 7-hour time frame. Okay, now as we continue to do our prediction forecast for XPEV, we'll transition this over to a daily perspective, but for the moment we're going to play this on the 7-hour time frame. Okay, and that's it. Let's go ahead and wait and see what the trap has in store for the market in XPEV next week. Now it's your turn. What is your thoughts? This is our perception, our opinion. What do you think? I would like to know your thoughts and your opinion about the market in XPEV. Will we continue to see this particular market go higher in price? If so, where do you see the market in XPEV being in the next 2 weeks? Where will price be at? And it's just that easy. Make sure you maintain a profitability, and we'll speak again on our next video. Trade different.